Eggleston has been fined $25,000 and also suspended from NASCAR Sprint Cup Series Championship points race. Also has been placed on NASCAR probation through December 31st. Car chief Kevin Eagle was also suspended and also placed on probation through December 31st. Also, car owner Mike Curb loses 15 championship car owner points. The 98 car driven by Timmy Hill. Dropped weight violates sections 12.1, 12.5, 33.1, and 23.5 of the NASCAR rule book. And Kyle Busch's win on Sunday was Kyle Busch's first Brickyard 400 win. And here's a funny story. What about a fourth manufacturer? Okay, now, I know Dodge is in the Xfinity Series and Ram in the Camping World Truck, but what about Sprint Cup? Only 3 manufacturers in the Sprint Cup. Dodge pulled out of NASCAR at the end of 2012 after its team with 2 cars, with Penske team, won a championship with Brad Keselowski behind the wheel. So what about a new 4th? Okay, well, Dodge, for one, there was this article I was reading, and they listed a bunch of car manufacturers that, as a suggestion, okay, to be in NASCAR. One of them was Volkswagen, okay, Nissan, Honda. They even went as far as Hyundai, and Kia. Well, I say, what about Dodge? Dodge should be getting back into NASCAR Sprint Cup. Bring the Dodge Charger back and get it back out there, which a lot of hardcore Dodge fans, I mean, Dodge had a big name in the beginning of NASCAR, and they should get back in there. Now, I don't know about Hyundai or Kia, and I really don't know about Volkswagen either. I don't know, but I'm going to put it out there by saying there's probably some veteran NASCAR fans that don't want to see, quote, foreign cars, okay? I know they made a big stink when Toyota came into NASCAR, but, so it should be interesting. But there was just some suggestions. I forget where I found this. It was an article online, and I forget what the source was. But I was thinking, though, here's an idea for a 4th manufacturer. Because back in the old days, right? Like you had the Thunderbird, then you had Mercury with the Cougar. Pontiac was in there, and back in the old days, the beginning days of NASCAR, you had Buicks, Oldsmobiles. I mean, cars that they don't even make anymore were out there. So I was thinking about something, and I'm going to throw it out there, see what you think. I think that they should throw some Cadillacs out there. Cadillac NASCAR. There you go. ATS, CTS, you could pick, but have a Cadillac out there, 1 or 2 Cadillacs out there in Sprint Cup. Boom. That's something to think about right there. There you go. Nothing against Volkswagen, Kia, Honda, by the way. I just want to say, they're like nice cars. Not a big Hyundai fan. I do apologize. I do like Kias, and I do like the new Beetle. I'll confess. I do like American cars, but I like old cars. I do a lot of driving as a professional driver, so I see a lot of cars out there. But I don't know. I think Cadillac would be a good idea. So there you go. All right. Former Indianapolis 500 pole setter Alex Tagliani will be behind the wheel of the 22 car for Team Penske in the August 15th Xfinity Series race. August 15th, which is the Nationwide Children's Hospital 200 at Mid-Ohio. That's why I got Mid-Ohio mixed up before. For Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course, that's August 15th. And then the racing package that they were using at Indy, which got some criticism on Sunday, will be used again at Michigan. According to stats from Motorsports.com, with the racing package they had on Sunday at Indy, compared to 2014, there were 16 lead changes this past Sunday, compared to 2014, where there was only 15 lead changes. They say it's the second fewest since 2011, and green flag passes were down by 587 by 587 compared to 214 at Indy, and that's Motorsports.com. And And in 2015, Danica Patrick has completed 99% of all her laps raced. SportsMotorsports.com, and that is in conjunction with the story we just read before. And GoDaddy.com announced that it won't be sponsoring Danica Patrick in 2016. And one more, co-owner of Michael Waltrip Racing, Rob Kaufman, agrees to purchase an interest in the Chip Ganassi Racing. This is according to statements from both Michael Wallace Racing and Chip Ganassi Racing. And Michael Wallace Racing is having a little hard time. But a statement from MWR says, quote, it says that the, quote, companies will continue to operate separately and compete against each other for the remainder of the 2015 season. Source, NASCAR.com, article by Kenny Bruce. All right, there you go. All right, so one more time for you. We'll get to it, go over the racing schedule, and it's a wrap for today, ladies and gentlemen. Get this nice weekend started. The heat was on this week. Oh, my goodness. The heat was on this week. But it's really beautiful out there today, out here on the island, and great time to go outside and hang out, have a couple sodas, and just maybe listen to a little music out in the backyard Friday night. All right, so Saturday afternoon is the next nationwide Camping World Truck Series, NASCAR Camping World Truck Series event, Saturday, August 1st at 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern on Fox Sports 1 and MRN. It is the Pocono Mountains 150 from Pocono with 50 laps scheduled. Saturday evening is the next NASCAR Xfinity Series event, Saturday, August 1st at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern, NBC, SN, and MRN, and that is the U.S. Cellular 250 presented by New Holland from Iowa, and that is 250 laps scheduled. And then Sunday is the next NASCAR Sprint Cup Series event, Sunday, August 2nd at 1:30 p.m. Eastern on NBC, SN, and MRN, and it's the Windows 10 400 from Pocono with 160 laps scheduled. And that's it for today. Went a little over today, but that's alright. I would say thank you for tuning in, and remember you go to apodradio.com and you can listen to the racing podcast there. It'll go on autoplay, so you just log on, wait a hot second, and it'll start playing automatically. Or you go to Spreaker.com and hashtag sports, look for the RP banner, Racing Podcast, and you're good to go. And you can even download it too, so go and do that, and tell all your friends so we can get some word of mouth and get some listeners in here, and that'll be great. So, from the American Podcasting Center in New York, I've been your host, Manny A. Be good, be safe, have a good weekend, and this has been the Racing Podcast.